Hello, hello. Happy Easter. Welcome to the chat.
Welcome.
Thank you
Hope
for being here.
everybody's having a wonderful weekend. Happy Easter
Yes.
and a good Easter weekend.
Yeah, it's been a productive, fun weekend so far, for sure.
Bunny Viper, hello. Happy
Scotty's
Easter
here.
to you.
Yes, happy Easter. Hi, Scotty.
Jenna, good afternoon.
Welcome.
Sandy, hello.
Thank you for being here. Yeah.
Welcome.
It's been a nice day, so we've mainly been outside. We're kind of pooped out. We finally worked. We finally did something productive. It's been such a nice weekend. We finally got through all the rain and the storms, and now it's nice. So we've been working outside, getting the tubs and the garden, mainly the garden area, a little bit on the tubs. And then the axolotl tank has been giving us a little bit of an issue with temperature. So we're working on a project for that. So that's been fun all at the same time.
The Nano Aquarium guy, hello. Jay Oliver,
Welcome.
hey, fish family. Metalheads,
Welcome.
mayhem, that's what I'm talking about.
Happy
Hope you're having
Easter.
a wonderful weekend and happy Easter to you.
Yeah.
I've been going.
Yeah, the fish room still looks good from all the work last week. Nothing really needed attention down here, so we've been working on the axolotl tank because we've been doing the floating water bottles like a rotation, but since it has gotten so warm and it's next to the laundry room, I think the dryer's kind of affecting it too, and it's not bad. It's just running a little too warm for my comfort. So his son brought us a refrigerator, like a little mini fridge, and we're working with that. But he made me a new stand for it because we're going to move it down here to the fish room. It's just naturally cooler down here too, so that'll be helpful. And so we're going, after the chat's done, we're going to go, I guess, spray paint that. I think is what we've got: regular black paint and spray paint, but we have more old spray paint, so I think that's what we're going to use. But we're going to use that to kind of chill down the axolotl tank and see how that works, because it's going to work better than what we're doing. So yeah, it's been
Jay
a fun little
Oliver,
project.
can't wait to see you guys in Dallas. Can't wait to see you.
It's getting closer and closer.
Legacy Hobbyist, hello and happy Easter to you.
Yes.
Yeah, the axolotl tank, super cool project. You just have to stay tuned for all the fun goofiness that I am getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to do a crazy DIY.
I told him if he ruined the paint on the porch, he buys me new porch paint.
I'm getting ready to do a crazy DIY on an axolotl tank that is going to be interesting, something I've never done.
I don't think it's like the craziest idea, but it's definitely a crazy one for us.
Well, it's a cross contamination of something I'm really familiar with doing, but not for a fish tank.
Yeah. Well, he was shopping for a pump. We were going to use a pump of some sort. However, he decided to use it, but we had it's not like the tiniest, but it's on the smaller side, and a Wase filter. It's like a smaller little canister filter, I guess, but it's only like so big. It's not very big, and we had it on the 55-gallon tank with two other little filters, but I mean, I'm sure it worked, but I don't think it was doing enough to miss it. So we're going to use, I feel like that was something we already had on hand that will work really well for whatever he's got cooked up in his brain.
Yeah. So you'll have to definitely stay tuned for that, because
we'll see how it goes. It's going to work better than what we're doing.
It's fun for me to do because I don't worry about filming anything.
No, and he just speeds along at the fastest pace, and he doesn't tell me when he's going to start. So we're like, we're going to do a video. This will be a cool video. And then by the time I get my phone charged to go record, he's halfway done. And I was like, what about the video?
Yeah. So if she's not there in time for me to do something and I've already done it, she's just out of luck. She's like, well, that would have been really cool to film.
Yeah,
well,
thanks for waiting. I just needed 5 seconds.
Well, you're going to have to keep that phone on the charger is all I got to tell you.
Yeah.
Select Pet.
Welcome.
Thank you for lurking and driving.
Yes.
And I seen Vinoski was in here. I did not say hi yet. And happy Easter. Sean, hey. Liquid Zoo.
He said before you read that, he goes, "Oh shoot, I hope I didn't just ruin the video idea. Don't answer me." But that's okay. I don't think you ruined it. I think it's probably what most would do, I assume.
Yes. It's not ruining it. It's
No.
Will I succeed or not?
Yeah. Sometimes we have these bright ideas and sometimes they work and sometimes they're an epic failure, but it's worth trying.
No, it's a great idea.
This one,
Liquid Zoo, and it's a perfect idea.
Mhm.
And I guess the only way to go about saying this, I'm going to use the same concept that I've used to do kegerators.
Mhm.
And I'm going to do exactly what you're talking
He
about.
has more experience with those too than me.
Yes, I have a lot more experience with those. I've done them with fridges, freezers, multiples, 2 or 3 at a time. So I have a lot more experience with that, working with that element and hooking up CO2 and other things to make it all work.
Now we just got to take that and
I have to
merge
take
it
that
into
concept.
aquarium knowledge.
Yes, I have to take that concept and do it for the aquarium.
I did ask you because you have that old keg thing in that room, and I don't think
it still works.
It doesn't, but you haven't used it in like
because
6
you don't
years.
want me to do.
But I asked him like the air tank thing, and I don't know the names of it, but I was like,
CO2 tank.
That looks like it could work on a fish tank. I mean, could we take that off of that and use it?
Yeah, I could make a high-tech tank out of it, but I would have to have a valve system.
I've taken over that, and I took it over the little tiny.
You're not taking
line.
over my other kegerator. I own another bottle of
it's
CO2.
Just there. It's there for sentimental values of our older years that now we just are our younger years. That just looking at it be like, that'd be fun, but the energy going in to fix it doesn't sound fun. Oh goodness. But
yes, I believe Liquid Zoo and me are on the same page. The key is enough excess hose in the fridge. Well,
he found a whole box full.
Well, that's going to be the trick, is how much hose is too much and the adjustment on the.
So if you know that, please leave it in the chat.
Every fridge is different on how cold so you're going to have to work with your flow rate and your adjustment. Yes. So it's going to be a fine line there, going up and down.
It'll be a little bit of an adjust, like we'll fiddle, I'm sure. But
so it's not going to be perfect like the really nice ones you can buy.
Well, obviously. I was surprised how expensive, because when I got this bright idea to keep an axolotl, I'm like, oh, it'll be so easy. We'll find something. I'm not worried about it, because that's when I was like, I'm so excited. I just want one. But the floating the ice has worked. It's just, it's not working the closer we get to summer. But I was like, those are how much? Dang.
Yeah. Well, the one I want, the cooler I wanted that I found that I love. Yeah, I'm not buying that. It was over $2,000. It was the absolute. It wasn't the top of the line, but it was close. And wow, was it small and pretty and perfect?
Oh yeah.
But everything I'm doing is identical to what it does. It's just, not going to be, I don't have the touch screen dial to dial my refrigerator, which is what it does.
Yeah. Well, and in my head too, when you said Adam can bring us a mini fridge, I literally in my head thought of a like tiny little mini fridge. Like, I don't know, the ones that are like this big, like the little ones. What Adam brought over was like huge. And I was like,
he brought a fridge.
What is that?
He brought a
that's not what I was expecting.
He brought a mini fridge, but it was a mini fridge out of a camper.
It's
a
a
refrigerator
fridge.
out of a camper.
I was like, this thing's gonna get cold, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. I have faith, but it was just he brought what he was carrying in my head did not match, and I was like, what? But he did build the stand to where I could put that underneath it, so it's gonna work out. And it's not gonna be right now. What we have the axolotl on, I have to climb on a chair to do anything because it's taller than me. Like the bottom of the tank is at my head. So this, even though it's still tall, is still going to be shorter than what it is now.
Well, it's going to be a lot shorter.
So, yeah, I'm excited.
Sean, I've been listening to the podcast every day at work. Funny and interesting.
Well,
thank you so much.
We recorded another one today. It was not on the docket, but I was like, we're working outside, so let's talk about stuff outside. So I'm excited about this one coming out. But again, the members are still getting the newest episodes. They're still going to release with the episodes on Apple and like our newest one. So the members for 99 cents, you'll still get that. But the back catalog, the older episodes, we're going to start releasing those each week. So
we're trying to
I think we're on episode 6, but for the members, you'll be on like episode 55, I think is what's this week. And then the people that listen to it. So thank you.
We're trying to branch out and stretch
just
this
see what
community.
Goes on. Yeah. It's so fun. Like I enjoy the videos and I love the live chats. I love it all. But the podcast, I was really nervous about starting. I don't know. I was just so nervous, but they've turned out to be. And granted, I don't know how to edit audio, so it's what we get. That's just, but it's just fun coming down here and just talking about it. And we do stay on topic. Like we have a topic for that episode, and it's a different structure. So it's fun to have like a loose, fun hangout period here. Have the podcast is like our structured, and then the videos when I remember to edit, and the shorts are really fun.
Yeah. Well, this is where we can have ADHD, which I pretty much do anyway.
And Whip leaves the best comments. I need to start, like, I never know what to answer back because they're just so good. But thank you, Whip, for the great comments. Yes.
Well, don't forget to say hi to Patty because Patty is here and Whip is here.
Yeah, Patty left a cool comment too. I'm just horrible. I'll read them and then I'll think about it. And then by the time I think I get distracted, but even though I'm horrible at responding, just thank you. I appreciate the feedback. And that's what we're trying to do. Just learn from each other. Because there's some things that we might have said in past episodes that when we get back to maybe talking about it again, we'll be like, oh my gosh, since then I've learned this, this, and this. And your comments are really, that's how we kind of learn from each other. So it's fun.
Yes, it is. And happy Easter to both Patty and Whip.
Fish keeping, it's not a hobby. I feel like it's a lifestyle, and it's so ingrained in my lifestyle now that there's not like a single day that I don't read, look at, fiddle. Like there's something always fish related in my day. And I feel like if there was, I would just be thrown off. It's so ingrained into my daily schedule and my social life now that I'm grateful that I found you guys, but I'm like, it's just so ingrained in my schedule that I'm like, that's just what I do now. It's great.
Well, yeah, I think Patty said it there. Fish keeping is a commitment, just like any other pet.
Yeah.
And that really is the truth. That's why you can't call it a hobby. And I am definitely most to blame for calling it a hobby.
Yeah, I still do, even though.
And I mean, the one I know that says it in his title straight up would be Chris Biggs, the Mad Aquarist. Aquariums are not a hobby. You're an aquarist. You work with that tank every day in and day out in some fashion. And
I don't think it's anything that I ever thought about before. I just kept fish. I kept dogs and cats. I just always kept them and cared for them. And I don't think I ever gave it too much thought. But I cared for them.
Oh, Bunny Viper, I didn't give you a happy Easter. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I apologize.
Well, happy Easter. Just to you. But even though I take care of them differently, I still love them. And like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes fish keeping, I don't know how to say it. Oh, like you hear it's just expensive, but in the grand scheme of things, like I don't feel like it's any more expensive than all the stuff I've spent on the lizard and the dogs and the cats and like everything else. Like
Yeah, I agree.
even though it's a little different, it's still the same.
Paul
If that makes any
McCarthy,
sense.
hello and happy Easter. Danikin,
Oh, thank you.
just jumping in there.
Yes, thank you.
Happy Easter.
I hope you
And
had a good one.
$10.
Thank
you.
We did. I sent him on some Easter errands to make me projects. It's been fantastic.
I have 3 projects going on.
and I got to like sit back and be like, "Oh, that
two of them are
great. Good
two of them are
job."
not finished. One of them is I did get the garden fenced in because we are combating a rabbit problem.
We have rabbits and squirrels and raccoons and birds, and they just devour all my garden, and I work so hard.
So
he did that, and I appreciate
so Kenny,
it.
I did get one project completed. The other 2 are not completed, but I am working so hard. And even after this stream is over,
we're gonna do that again.
I'm gonna work some more, and I'm going to try to get Carrie to help me on one of the projects because I cannot do it physically by myself.
I got this bright idea that my mom gave us, this huge dog kennel thing contraption for when the puppies were actual like tiny puppies and they kept getting through the fence and they kept getting out no matter what. So she got us this, and we haven't used it because now the puppies are like normal size dogs.
Well, they're not puppies anymore.
They're not puppies. I think
they're
Polar,
2 years old.
Polar's like he's heavy. But anyway, I was like, let's turn that dog kennel into a greenhouse for my vegetables, and then we could put some tubs in there if we want. Like the options are endless, and all the things that you can like we can do, and just think about it. So his dad came over the other day, and we all 3 lifted it. They mainly did the lifting and the pushing and the maneuvering, but I was there trying to help, And so he got these long piece, what are they? Plastic. You always say it right.
Oh, I got 1/2-inch PVC pipe.
Yeah, that. So we kind of we're gonna
to make a hoop
for the ceiling so that runs off. But I mean, it's gonna be a pretty decent sized greenhouse, and we've got the plastic that it like calls for anyway upstairs, just sitting there collecting dust. So we're going to kind of steal the neighbor's idea along with a new idea and merge it together and see what happens. But it's like I said, it's a pretty good size.
It'll be
kennel.
a 10 by 10.
Yeah. And so we can put garden stuff, fish tubs, and the fish water from down here when we pump it out to the garden. I mean, like we've talked about it before, it just hands down changed everything. So I'm just excited. More tubs, a greenhouse area, and yeah, I'm excited. Something new. And I've never had anything like a space like this where the dogs just won't completely just destroy it. And this is safe from everything. And then the normal garden area is going to be, hopefully the rabbits won't. I think what you did is going to work great. But the rabbits always eat the lettuce. And I want to grow more lettuce in the arugula because the bearded dragon loves it so much. So, I got big plans for this garden.
Big plans for the garden, multitasking with fish water.
Yeah. And I've been using the goldfish tank mainly as the donor tank. It's just the easiest. But so far, it's been a couple weeks and everything's starting to sprout really well. And it seems like using that larger, down here, we just pump it out. But upstairs with those larger tanks, we usually dump it in the raspberry, blackberry. I always forget.
Both.
Yeah, but even the berries in the front yard, when we dump it in that, it's just hands down. Like, it's just dang. Like, I'm proud of myself. And I've been trying to garden for 10 plus years. And the last 3 years, I think it's not perfect, but it's coming along. And it's exciting.
George RB3, hello.
And our neighbor, she has some, I think she uses bettas. She puts them in little, not little, but drums around her garden area to combat mosquitoes.
Yes.
So even like little tricks like that I was like, wow, look at you. That's cool. And it works really well. She doesn't have any problems with anything. So
Kenny got abandoned for Danny to go play Pokemon. That is awesome.
mm-hmm. We bought 2 thornless blackberry bushes after talking about them for years. The thornless one sounds good. It always gets kind of overgrown, and there's one particular one that grows in my walking path. And I tell you, if it wasn't for me wearing glasses or sunglasses, I would have got that right I walk into it nearly every other day, and we trim it back, but it grows back eventually, and it never fails. I could learn to walk around that really easy.
Well, and at one point the raspberries, they grow over the top of the rail.
Yeah, they're pretty tall too. So it's just right perfectly at eye level that I walk into it every time, and I'm like, but thank goodness for my glasses, because it saved my eyes many times.
Patty, I think the water from the bedded jars everywhere in the garden can actually attract the mosquitoes.
It could, maybe. I don't know. I feel like she has them in a larger drum.
Well, what she uses them for is she collects the rainwater off of their house in barrels. And those barrels sit and till they get full and they get stagnant. Well, the mosquitoes obviously breed in there.
Yeah.
So that's why she puts those in there.
Yeah.
And they can handle it because they're so big, such big barrels.
Yeah.
They can be cool. And she keeps them up against the house to where they're shaded most of the time.
We have mosquito fish outside, and they chomp down. Like, their namesake means it. But the water, I do have one bin out there that if I have any excess water, I'll dump it. Like, I did a water change on that tank upstairs, that I just dumped it in that bin, and there's mosquitoes in that, and it's more stagnant than the tubs because it's just out there, and there's mosquitoes all in it. So when we're ready to start actually put the fish, like the guppies and stuff, outside, we're not quite ready yet. It's not quite warm enough at night, but I mean, I hate getting bit by mosquitoes, but it is good food. I don't want it in the fish room though. But outside, that's why the tubs, they get fed really well. Yeah, I need to take you on. I need to film something and take you on the tour outside. That would be fun. But my camera is attached to all these cords. And I broke my microphone for my phone that I actually do. I can't use these microphones for the videos. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. But my USB mic for my phone, it just finally gave out. So I need to order a new microphone. So then I can actually, that'd be fun. Go on a little tour, especially when everything gets set up. I feel like we're probably about a month away. We're not terribly far away, but we still got a little bit of time. It's still a little chilly at night.
Yeah, we're still hitting those, banging on those lower temperatures. That
this week should be it's starting to get steadily warm, because the last few weeks it's been warm, but there's been a couple really chilly days in there too.
We've hit that close to freezing. Not quite 35, 36, but we hit that real heavy frost stage, but we're about out of it. And then when we bounce out of that, then we start going up, is when we can really start moving stuff outside kind of sporadically, depending on what it can handle on temperature.
Yeah.
And then we'll have all the way till the end of, basically October.
Yeah, we used to, it felt like it did used to get colder a little earlier. Now it seems like it stays warmer a little longer, but it's still just a little, we're close. We're getting close, and I'm excited, but it'll take me forever to decide what I want to move on there. I was in Foxy's and Dee Dee's Thursday evening stream, and Foxy was talking about black rice fish that I believe are growing out. I can't remember what she said, but I'm like, I'm probably going to be stocking Get Gills because I believe she said her store was on Get Gills. So those sound really nice to put in summer tubs. And then, of course, guppies. But I don't know. The white clouds and the mosquito fish and the rosy red stay out there year round. But I don't know. We have a couple more tubs out there. So if you have any suggestions on things that are fun to try, but I don't know. We're going to try something. I like to try something new every once in a while to breed out there, but usually my guppies are my go-to. But I was really surprised how well those rice fish did outside. They did well inside. They just did better outside. Yeah, I'll have to go over there and see. Try to be like, can I film your beta barrels, please? She won't mind.
Whib's World, yeah. I let my small pond go stagnant for first month and add goldfish. They're usually playing mosquito wigglers in there. By then, it gives them goldfish a good start.
Yeah, they love it.
Well, we have actually I have plenty of goldfish behind me that some of them need to go outside.
Yeah, we got that from his friend that didn't want it anymore, and there's a lot of. It's the prettiest tank to watch, and it's a 75-gallon. And they're not overly big yet, but we didn't have plans to keep them in there forever. Even though it is a fun tank to watch, we'll probably move them outside. But
ooh, the Medaka rice fish. That is one of Carrie's favorites.
I was just surprised. Yeah, I was just so surprised. I had the Pearl Galaxy and the Blue Daisy, and they bred like crazy outside. And the only reason why I brung them inside, and like I said, they did well for a while, but over time, I mean, I had them. I just didn't know. I needed to order some new ones, but they bred like I didn't even have anywhere to put all of them. They were so crazy, but they probably would have done well outside year round too, like the white clouds and everything else. It's just those particular tubs are smaller and they do freeze solid. So I mean, I don't know. It just didn't seem like a good idea, but we need to get not another necessarily 300-gallon tub, but maybe like 100-gallon tub or something like that and try it and see how it goes so it wouldn't be so small that it freezes solid. But I don't know. There's always something new to try. But those, I loved them. And I don't know. I ordered them kind of on a whim, I think. I don't know. I was just like, I'll try them. We'll see. And I was just like, dang, these are great. I was like, I've never gotten like egg layer babies before. And this is like just watching them that seemed like they scattered more in the early morning. But when I had the females had eggs, but it was just like, this is great. This is so cool. Let's take a picture.
Depths
like,
unknown. Howdy. Welcome. Keystone Clash. Hello.
Yeah, Keystone Clash. I got a room booked for the Keystone Clash. We got to talk Jesse into going. But I do, if anybody's willing to donate their time to pick me up and take me to the airport and back into, that would be fantastic. Let me know. Or maybe like a group of us. I haven't bought the plane tickets yet, so if I could coordinate, but I think I got it booked from Thursday to Monday morning or something like that, but there's enough of us going. Hopefully someone be like, can someone be my friend and pick me up from the airport?
Stephen P.
But we do, over time, we got to talk. We got to see if we can talk Jesse into going. He'll have fun. I got my roller skates already packed. I'm going to meet Susie on my roller skates. I've got it planned in my head. It's going to be a fabulous time.
Steven, hopefully you're having a wonderful weekend. Bruiser, what's up? Bruiser CB.
Yeah, between all of us, we'll figure it out. Scotty, we'll figure it out, I'm sure. But like I said, I hadn't booked the flight quite yet just to see if I can make it a little easier. Be like, this time's better. But I think I had 2 direct flights, and I'm really spoiled. I'm not going to lie. I like just that it's a 2-hour no stop flight. Sounds better. Yeah, I got to register too. I felt like the hotel was the most expensive because when I booked it, it said they had 2 rooms left, I think is what it was. So I was like, I better get on that part. And then I'll do the plane ticket part. And then once I know for sure, like, okay, there's no way out. I am going. Everybody's going to see my face. And Jesse's going to go too. Wink, wink, putting it out there. And then I will do the last part as red string because there's always something I gotta procrastinate. But yeah, I'm excited. Between the Keystone Clash and the Aquashellas, I'm really looking. It's gonna be a fun season of fish show seasons. But like I said, I got my roller skates dusted off. They're going. I'm not gonna miss out roller skating with Susie. So yeah, I'm excited.
Q's in here. Q's Aquatics.
I'm excited. I'm even practicing. Like I've had this thought. I haven't executed it yet. But this side of the fish room we got the wrestling mat out. It's concrete. It's a good skating floor. There's not a lot of things to get in the way. It's a little small, but it would work that I can at least, practice some skate skills before I get there. See, roller skating and water changes don't seem like a good idea, but yet it sounds fun. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And TikTok thinks that I need to watch all roller skating videos, and I'm okay with that. Like that my TikTok feed thing is filled with like my generation still roller skating, and I'm not gonna lie, it's really entertaining.
Well, thank you, Whip, and I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh,
I appreciate that offer, buddy. We'll figure it out. Carrie's always pushing me around anyway. She's kind of bossy. If you haven't noticed,
he's got a newer position. Like I don't know. It's like I guess it's a promotion a little bit. Important seems like the wrong word because you were important before, whatever word it is, but it's a little harder to get time off than it used to be, I guess is my point, because you plan the projects for people. So it's just a little harder to get off work. But if I annoy him between now and then enough, it seems like there's always a way to get the time off, because he's like, fine.
Well, we'll talk about it. Let's just go there. We'll talk about it.
I'll whine about it. Please.
I mean, someone's got to keep this fish room going. Somebody's got to be here for everything else.
We've got it so good, and you've helped me with so many projects over the years, and you've done such a great job that nothing so far besides a minor couple water leaks while we've gone, nothing's like, it's been okay. So, and between my mom and our friends up the street, like the house is looked after and the dogs are okay. And I think it's safe and okay for you to come with me and make sure I'm safe because the house is safe, because we have so many people here to take care of it that really you're doing more beneficial, like, it's just more good if you come with me and look after me because I'm klutzy. I don't follow directions very well. I can't see very well. I get lost really easily and I get nervous, and you just make me feel better.
Well,
that's pretty thick, but it's true.
Well, Depths Unknown and Scotty also said that they'd figure something out for you
because they're good.
Well,
good
Depths
people.
Unknown said he lives in PA, not far from Philadelphia, and two other people that need a ride. I'm sure we can get you all covered.
I'm sure, because they are good friends and they take care of people like me. But I'm still going to work on my speech for you.
Well, you keep working. And yes, Whip, I have seniority, but unfortunately, I'm at the top of the food chain where my seniority doesn't make a lot of difference anymore, for the fact that if the guy above me leaves, then I got to cover for him. So I got to take my job and the boss's job.
And it is important that we
not fun.
No, and it is important that we eat, but at the same time,
I do want to go to the Clash. I do. I really do. I'm not saying I don't want to go. That's not what I'm saying.
It's kind of what I'm hearing. Responsibility of life gets in the way, but at the same time, that's an excuse to not be on that airplane next to me.
I've had to live vicariously through your fish adventures for 7 years now.
Well, the last 2 years you've gone to every show.
I've been trying, and it
And I'm still trying to talk it. I want him. Primetime Aquatics is going to be our monthly speaker at our fish club, and we never get to go to the Thursday evening. And it's
I
at
don't
a
know
new
why
place
you can't drive there yourself. It's only an hour and a half away.
because it's just more fun with you there.
Well, I'm not saying that.
Can I? Yes.
Are you going to
Should
make
I
me
be
drive the
left?
circumference of our state just
Yeah.
because you want me to?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to go from working over down here where I live, go over here to work, come back here, get you, then go way back over here and then back. I'm going to do the circumference of the state, all because
Listen. It says, Carrie, after that description of yourself, you might want to avoid roller skates. I know. And because I was on the speed team 20 something years ago, I think, you just pick up right where you left off and that's probably how people, get hurt. But it'll be fun. And if I break an ankle, I can't drive for sure. So you really have to go. But we're not planning on that. That's not
breaking an ankle.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I would hope not.
That sounds very painful.
I'm not driving from the Midwest all the way to PA to pick you up with a broken ankle.
Fishymon is a good screenwriter, so I need to get Fishymon to help me with my speech to give you. We have a little time to get it down. And Lefty seemed to be really good at talking us into, at least one of us got to go. So I need to get with them and be like, okay,
this is how we're going to do it. This is the plan. See, now you've already let me know. So now I'm prepared.
But give it one day and you'll be like,
I'm prepared.
You don't tell me anything. But yeah, it's going to be a fun season. Yeah, slow and steady to get the muscle memory back. Yeah, because TikTok videos does not get the muscle memory back, or I would be like in the rippest, but yeah, it's fun to watch. And I forget, I used to have some really cool inline skates that were molded to my foot that I wore for a long time that I used, and I can't find them for the life of me. I don't know what happened to them. So I just have my old quads that I used, but those inline skates, it was like molded to my foot. They were expensive too, but they were fun, but I have no idea where they went. And then I had some wrestling, some hockey inlines for, I don't even know why. Didn't even play hockey, but I had some hockey inline skates. And
maybe you were thinking about doing roller derby.
Maybe. My friend did that, and she was tough, man. That sport, that I used to go watch her every once in a while when I lived up in Springfield, and they were tough. I was glad I was on.
I just watched a documentary a little while ago about roller derby.
And
I thought it was
tough.
Really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was, I don't know, more exciting and more like we were getting than most other sporting events I went to. We were like, go!
Peplin Creek.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. See you at the Clash. I'm getting, that's how it gets started. Everybody starts putting the heat on.
See, plus then, because we fly usually Southwest. So you get 2 suitcases, I get 2 suitcases. And my biggest problem last year at the Clash was that I got so many goodies that I almost needed a ride to Walmart to get another suitcase. So you could pack one and then bring an empty one. I could pack one and bring an empty one.
Well, with Southwest, you get
then we'll have plenty of suitcase room.
You'll have plenty of suitcases because you can get a carry-on and your 2 suitcases. So
yeah, but I don't.
You got to be able to put everything in your carry-on and bring 2 empty suitcases. Ta-da! Fixed problem.
Yeah, I don't.
Man, that's what I do. I am so good at this stuff.
I don't like carry-ons. If my luggage ever got lost, I just have to toughen up and deal with it because I'd lose it. I'd forget. Start packing.
Whip. I hang my hat right in the middle of the state, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you
do.
can't get any more in the middle of the
Yeah.
state than where I'm at.
And for his work, he does drive from one part to the other end to back up, just drive and drive and drive and driving. But beforehand, you were up in the trees, and that was pretty dangerous. But driving that much is kind of dangerous too. But you still enjoy it. It's just a different aspect of it.
Vision Tactics. Welcome and hello.
Happy Easter.
And happy Easter.
Yeah. And I'm excited all the projects. Surely I'll have some videos to do.
Oh, you're going to have plenty of videos.
Mm-hmm.
You need to just set up a still camera for
Yeah.
putting the plastic on top of the greenhouse, because that's
It's
going
gonna
to
be
funny.
entertaining to watch.
We're going to have to figure out how to get 20 foot in the air.
I told them to like toilet paper roll it. Like, surely I never did anything.
I'll have you hold the plastic and I'll throw you over the
Just
top.
Throw it over
You,
it.
yeah.
I don't know how it
I'll
would.
throw you and the plastic over.
Probably.
It'll be easier.
Probably.
That way
But
it'll go.
I'm excited for it to turn out because, like I said, I've never had a place like, and I'm glad we had that idea because we weren't using it, and it's kind of the perfect little shell. And then we can put some tubs in there also because I think we're up to 4 or 5, but we have a couple spares that we could use if we need another tub for that area to put in the greenhouse and kind of model it maybe after the neighbor. See how it goes. Be like, hey, I liked your idea so much. See how it goes. But like I said, the fish water, I'm so glad. I like aquariums, obviously. I love it all, but I like having the garden too. And the fish water helping that kind of merges the two, and it's enjoyable. And so much, like before I just struck nothing would work. And now we get so much in. I just feel better in the summertime. Feel like, get more exercise, get better
It's the
food.
sunshine.
Yeah.
It's definitely the sunshine.
I just get so blah in the cold in the winter, and I just feel so down in the dumps. And then I have this bad habit of convincing myself that it's not that nobody likes me, it's just like nobody will miss me. Like if I'm here, I'm here. If I'm not, nobody really. And I get in that just blood down mood. And bleh. And so now that it's getting nice and there's more projects, I don't know. I get out of that mindset, and I don't know. I feel
more
better.
projects for me to do.
Well, and then like I just get more into the chats because I'm not so in my head, and I'm just like, it's just fun. It's
There's
just
a lot
good
more
time
projects
of the
for
year.
me to do. The list starts
And
accumulating.
with the fish, and with the conventions and like the Keystone Clash and the Aquashellas, like it's fun because sometimes I'm really bad about getting in my head, and then seeing people in like person. It just overall, it's just I'm healthier and happier in the summertime.
Well, then that's a great reason for you to go see Jason and his talk.
Especially
See?
when you drive me there. It'll be really fun. We can go together as a couple. All these things that we need to do as a couple. We could have like a date night, go have a fish talk.
On a Thursday?
Yeah.
That's the middle of the week. Some of us have to wake up and go to work in the morning.
Yeah, well, before when we were dating, you had no problem staying up till like the wee hours of the morning.
That was
just talking
ago.
on the phone.
That was a decade ago.
It was. Even I had just that little bit of time had more energy. It'll be fun.
Well, Whip, I'm sorry that you smoked. Well, I'm sorry you hit a deer. If you smoke deer, that's really tasty. But hitting a deer, that's not fun at all.
Yeah.
And getting rear-ended is not funny either.
Mm-mm. No. Yeah.
Dave, welcome.
This is for Whip. This is my deer story. Like normally we have a lot of deer in this area, but usually you see like a small group or something, and you just kind of wait and they'll move on normally. I was dropping the kiddo off at school. What was it, about a month ago or so? And I just kind of saw something out of the corner of my eye. And at the other side of the road, there's this big hill, and it's a lot of woods in there. and I just stopped, and I just saw something, I just stopped, and it was the biggest group. There's probably like, I don't even know, like, no joke, like 20 plus. They just kept coming, and they were going behind the car, in front of the car, like kind of over, not over the top, but kind of over the light. And I was like, oh my gosh, you said that, and it jogged that. I was just like, I've never been in like a deer stampede, and nothing, they're not even scratched. But if I wouldn't have stopped, and I don't see all that great, but there's something out of the corner of my eye, and I'm so glad I stopped, because it could have been worse. But there was one van on the other side, and we could just look at each other, and her eyes were as big as mine, and I was like, I don't know, I don't even want to go forward. Like, is it done? Like, is there more coming? But I guess people up there, I don't know if they feed them or what, but I literally have never been in a group of that many deer in my life that I was just like, whoa. That's a lot. But yeah, that jogged my memory.
Oh, Silver Creek, been listening in, helping my dad finish up a Ford 5.4 cam phaser and roller job. Expeditions. Wow. Yes, that is not a fun. What you just described right there is absolutely painstaking.
Yeah, doesn't sound.
It is not. It is not fun at all. That is a royal pain. And I'm not super familiar with exactly what all has to come off of that, but in general, you usually have to pull the intake and everything.
Project for sure.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a pain. It's doable. It's just a lot of unplugging and a lot of little plastic pieces coming apart.
Yeah.
It's not much fun. It's not like the old days of where you could just undo a couple bolts, do something, put it back. Not anymore. You have to take off like half the car to get to something very simple, which is highly aggravating, in my opinion.
Well, anything that doesn't work the way it's supposed to work perfectly is aggravating.
Well,
especially like
it's the fact that you have to take all this stuff off to do this one simple thing. You can see it, but you can't.
No, it's not fun. He's been working on it for almost 2 weeks.
I was going to say, I think doing what you're talking about books for like 6 or 8 hours if you're a pro mechanic to do the phaser and a roller cam. Sure. Which I'm assuming that's what you're talking about is roller cam. So, yeah, that's a pain in the keister.
Well, I guess just mainly for the channel, the things coming up is hopefully we'll have some videos here coming out over all these crazy projects. That's been fun. And then, of course, some shorts here and there. Whenever I come down here and I find something interesting or cool, I'm like, ah! And then the podcast, of course, we've recorded a new one today, so that should be out as soon as it's done processing and everything. So if you're members, you will get the newest episodes, and then stay tuned for some of the past episodes. We're going to put them in the podcast on the playlist on the channel. So stay tuned for that. But yeah.
Mike's Aquatics and Things. Hey, yo.
I'm looking forward to fiddling with this axolotl tank because it's going to be a little challenging, I think, to get it tuned in just right for the right temperature. But once we do, it's going to work great. And I won't have to change water bottles so often. Because before we just had to do it like once a day and all was well. It stayed fine. But now it's starting to get a little too warm for my comfort. And it's just not staying. It's just up and down too much. So I think that's the first one we're going to tackle. And of course, we got a barbecue at Sunday. So. But yeah, other than that, it's going to be another fun week, another eventful week. And it's going to be nice weather. So lots of projects. And I do need to decide. We were going to order a couple of fish online. I have some picked out, but I'm not sure it'll take me a little bit to actually decide because I'm so indecisive. But I think we're gonna order some fish in too, and then between all the fish events, and there's a couple smaller swaps here and there that's kind of close to us. That's not as big as some of the other ones,
But
but
sometimes you find gems.
yeah, you
At
still
those
find
little
some, but
swaps,
they're
you
smaller.
find gems that
but
you're like,
I
I haven't
am-
seen that before, or
Uh-huh.
I've been looking for this, and why
Like,
do you
wow.
have it
Yeah.
and no one else does?
But I miss my local fish store. Like I missed it before when it first closed, but it seems like the further out we get from when it initially closed, I miss it like even more. I'm like, oh my gosh. I didn't really realize how much I went, not necessarily just to buy, like I didn't always buy anything. It was just to go and look to see what they got in. Sometimes I bought stuff, sometimes I didn't, but it was just the habit of going that I'm like, oh my gosh. I miss that 2 o'clock fish room, like fish store break. Like I miss that. And of course we still have PetSmart and I went there, but sometimes they don't have anything either. But I miss going to that local fish store, and everything else that we have is just it's 2+ hours away now. And it's just like it's hard to go for like a quick little in and out trip.
Oh, Patty. Oh my gosh. I got 2 months left on the car note and free money for more fish stuff. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And Silver Creek. Yeah, I totally get it. Putting the go ahead and replace the gears, timing chain. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should while you're in there because you've pretty much tore the motor. Well, the top half of the motor off.
Yeah. Yeah, we got rid of our cable and upped our internet and still saved $100 a month. And then we fiddled and renegotiated our cell phone because that needed to be. And I think we got it like $100 cheaper now too. So I was like, even that little bit adds up for other things. It's like, man, I didn't even miss the cable either. We streamed everything. We never watched it ever. It was so expensive. And it was like, just these few little things will help go towards a Keystone Clash ticket for Jesse.
And you're still pushing that.
It's gonna be a long
I
evening for
thought-
you.
Oh,
You know, all those times you ridiculed me on the live chat made me feel silly. Well, it's gonna come back to bite you now.
well, you know what I'd like to say? Hello, QC Aqua.
Hello. And we'll see you at the Keystone Clash.
Oh no, I was just saying hi to QC
I know.
and Larry
Yeah.
D.
But thank you to all the replay crew because we never thank you. We always forget. So all those that's watching this in the replay in the future, thank you so much. It means a lot. And thank you everybody for being here. I hope you have a good Easter, and I look forward to actually editing some videos. It's been a long time since I've been excited about editing. I like filming and I like the outcome. I get frustrated at the editing process, but these projects are like extra fun. So hopefully I'll get those out soon. It's going to be a fun week, especially pestering Jesse to get us tickets to the Keystone Clash.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's what you used to say to Lefty last year. Thank you, Lefty.
Thank you very much for
But
your. Well, at least I know I'm going to spend my next few months.
yep, and your vacation time too.
Mhm.
But it's been fun. We'll see you in the next, I guess, next Sunday in the next live chat. And I look forward to talking to you again.
Everyone have a wonderful and happy Easter.
And we will be lurking in the next couple of chats because we're going to get these projects done.
Well, she will be lurking. I will be cooking some absolutely beautiful steaks.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
what
thank you.
I will be doing.
Yeah, you might as well just save yourself the nagging of me complaining.
Well, I will be cooking steaks while you banter me about how
Uh-huh.
I'm getting tickets to the clash.
Yeah. So thank you for being here. Happy Easter, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.
Next Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.